All right, we are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll A. Take A.
Stand by, Miles. Stand by.
Ready, Rem 2.
Stand by.
Heckard Miller has officially entered the transfer portal for the second time.
Stand by.
And he isn't the only one.
Take Rem 2.
Go, Miles.
The live bug. Ready, Cam
I'm
1.
Miles Bailey reporting from the Temple Sports Complex. Later on in the show, I will talk about the women's soccer team and their first full all-season under new head coach Chris Shaw.
Take Cam 1.
And I'm
you're
Taylor
clear,
Vine with
Miles.
women's lacrosse.
Ready, B.
Just how much tougher it's going to get for the Owls in the next few weeks.
And I'm Xavier Adams. Later on, I'll be here to talk some track and field and share some updates on how the team has done in its last couple of weeks. All Sports Update is live, and it starts right
Roll
now.
B. Take
Dude,
B.
that was so good.
All right, ready, Cam 2. Take Cam 2.
Hello and welcome to this edition of OwlSports
Bring up
Update.
CG2.
I'm Paddy Heckard.
And I'm Natalie Koranda.
Bring it
Although
down.
the basketball season is officially over,
Ready, CG1.
the transfer portal is just getting busy.
And so far, the portal hasn't been very kind to the Owls.
Take
Isaiah
CG1.
Miller, one of the longest
Ready,
tenured
CG2.
players at Temple, has entered the transfer portal. Miller led the team in points and set the AAC tournament record for points and assists this season. The junior guard entered the portal last year following the exit of head coach Aaron McKee, but decided to stay another season with the Owls. This time around, it looks like he's gone for good.
Take CG2.
Miller isn't the only one with plans to leave the nest.
Ready, Cam
In fact,
2.
3 more entered the portal before him. Guard Deuce Roberts, forward Taj Thweet, and center Emmanuel Okpomo entered last month. More recently, guard Jalil White announced early this week that he has entered with 1 year of eligibility remaining. But again, any of those Owls can choose to change their minds and stay.
Take Cam 2.
With all the major developments for Temple basketball, we felt
Ready,
it was
Cam
necessary
3.
to bring in an expert.
Courts in Session host Hayden
Actually,
Mandel
ready,
joins us at
ready,
the
X.
desk to talk about that revolving door. Welcome, Hayden.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. So starting us off, Temple has 5 players leaving so far this offseason through the portal. Is this a surprise considering the ASC tournament success we saw from Temple?
Yeah, I want to look at the 2 main guys, Jalil White and
Roll
Heckard
X.
Miller, who
Take X.
they got the most minutes from this year. And when we look at them, they are 2 guys
Ready,
that
Cam 3.
Adam Fisher had to re-recruit back to Temple once he was hired. People forget, Heckard Miller verbally committed to go to SMU, but Fisher brings him back, but now he's getting offers from other schools like Virginia, Virginia Tech,
Cam 2,
Seton Hall,
actually.
and Providence. So what it tells me about Temple is that some students use it as a stepping stone to get
The
to other
iris is still
schools.
messed up.
Now, Hayden, one name we've yet to
Take
hear
Cam 2.
about during this offseason is
Ready, Cam
Jordan
3.
Riley. Can you talk about his importance to this team if he stays for the next season?
Yeah, he was huge for Temple.
I was gonna do it
especially
just for,
down
like, the
stretch in
questions.
conference
Take him
play.
3.
We really saw a great
Bring up
increase in
CG1.
minutes. Over 500 minutes from last year when he was at Georgetown to this year at Temple. That was the largest lead
All right,
from
check
any
it down.
Owl this year. Showed that he can really score the basketball when needed.
Yeah.
Athletic guard too on both ends of the
Ready,
floor
camera
with
1.
slam dunks and block shots. He
Oh,
does
just
need
Natalie.
better ball handling though. When we talk about Heckard Miller leaving and Temple
Okay.
needing a guard to bring the ball up, if Jordan
Ready, cam
Riley
2.
wants to be that guy, he's going to have to work on that skill set.
And to follow that up,
Take
Zion
Cam 2.
Stanford played a pretty big role and had some great performances with the team last season. Considering he's a true freshman,
Ready,
how
3.
important is he to this team's future?
Yeah, he's going to be huge, especially for
Take
his
3.
development for the program. He already shows he has great footwork down in the paint on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, though, he has to get a little bit better. It's part of the reason why we saw his minutes decrease towards the end of the year. And also as a 6'5" guard, he's got to get better at rebounding and boxing out his opponents because he can be really crucial on that side. But like you mentioned, Paddy, he's the true freshman. Made a lot of mental
Ready,
mistakes
2.
this year, but Adam Fisher and his coaching staff should be able to develop him well.
Take 2.
Now, Hayden, finally, are there any names that you've seen enter the portal that are on your wish list for next season?
Yeah, so I'm going to throw out a couple
Ready,
of guards
3.
first. Jalen Counter, he's a
Take
guard
3.
from IUPUI, 3rd team All-Horizon this past year. And then also Matt Becht, he's a D2 guy from Southern New Hampshire. He's a guy that can really shoot the basketball, and
Kylie,
he
how we
can
looking
work
on time
well
for
in
this?
Adam Fisher's system where he just wants to shoot a lot of threes. Then I'm going to go a little
Okay.
local. from UNC Greensboro, Michael Brown-Jones. He's 6'8", 220 from North Philadelphia too, so he can really be a big man factor that Temple can use. And then last, Deuce Turner, he was at San Diego, a guard this past year. He's from the Philly suburbs as well, went to Malvern Prep, just 30 miles outside of Temple. So those are also two local guys that can help out. But all four of those guys that I mentioned were all leading scorers at their particular program.
Take two.
Thank you, Hayden. It's
Ready,
always a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Take
The
him
lacrosse
one.
team is halfway through its conference schedule. 6 game totals, which equals
Ready,
3
A.
wins and 3 games to go. The latest win came this past weekend against Old Dominion.
Roll A. Take A.
The matchup took place at the
you.
Temple Sports Complex. The Monarchs went into this one with a 3-9 record on the year, but 0
Ready,
conference
CG2.
wins. In the first 5 minutes, Amelia Wright finds a quick one on what looks like to be an open goal, getting the Owls on the board. This was her 15th of the season. Hannah Schrader follows and is coming in hot and brings that ball all the way down from the restraining line.
Kayla
The senior
good
puts
mic'd up
one
on
of her 3
plasma.
in on the season. It's now time for the Monarchs to respond. Lily Siskin comes around from behind to get the goal on the board. In the last 8 minutes of the first, the Monarchs dominated this one. They put in 2 more, and by the end of the first period, they are up by 1. The score 3-2. Now in the second, Mackenzie Roth rolls on the crease and puts one in. The graduate later made history in this game, breaking Temple's all-time record with her 90th career assist. The Owls dominate and take this one. They come out on top to score 12-5. This marks their 3rd win in a row.
It's 3 conference wins in a row for Temple lacrosse, but the team will have
Ready,
its
Cam,
toughest
3.
matchup yet this Saturday. Temple will take on the 12th ranked team in the nation and reigning AAC regular season champion James Madison this Saturday. The Dukes were undefeated in conference play last year and finished with an overall record of 19-3.
Take Cam 3. Ready, Cam 1.
Chance this weekend, they'll need to lean on a few players.
CG2
OwlSports Updates,
in.
Kayla Levine is
Thank
in
you.
the studio to tell us
ready,
more
Cam
about
1.
the team's top performers and the difficult schedule that lies ahead. Hey, Kayla.
Take Cam 1.
2 players
Bring
in
up
the team were
CG1.
honored this past week. Senior defenseman Maddie Barber was named the AAC
take
Defensive
it
Player
down.
of the Week for a 2nd straight week.
Ready,
And goalkeeper
CG3.
Taylor Grolman has been named mid-season honorable mention by All-American Inside Lacrosse. Grolman leads the AAC in save percentage at 524, which is also 5th in the country. And her 8.2-1 goals against average is 7th in the country.
Take CG3.
Let's take a look what is left for the Owls on their busy April schedule. Remember, the Owls are 3-0
Ready,
in
Cam
conference,
1.
which is exactly where they want to be. But if you notice, they have 3 wins come against teams in the AAC with a combined record of 0-8. Those are wins against Vandy, ECU, and ODU. As Paddy mentioned earlier, it gets real quickly. This weekend, starting with James Madison, Temple's final 3 games in conference are against the Dukes, the Gators, and the Bobcats. These 3 teams are combined 6-1. The top 4 teams make the playoffs, so the Owls are likely already onto the postseason. But wins against any of these teams will move them into a spot strong and come tourney time.
Take Cam 1.
That's all
Ready, B.
I have for Temple Lacrosse. Reporting from the studio set, I'm Kayla Levine, Paddy and Natalie. Back to you guys at
Roll
the desk.
B. Take B.
It's time
Ready,
for a
break.
break. When we return, we will be talking about spring football and what to expect from the Cherry and White game.
Plus, we also have the latest on women's soccer and its new head coach. See you in 90 seconds.
Take break.
All right, Miles, we are into
We're
the
clear.
block heading into B.